So Beto O'Rourke has decided that he's not going to use the F word in his presidential campaign. Let's read a little bit of this article from The Hill and then we'll talk about it. O'Rourke says he won't use F word on campaign trail. Democratic presidential contender Beto O'Rourke said Sunday he plans to keep it clean and avoid using the F word moving forward in his presidential campaign. O'Rourke, who launched his bid for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination last week, was asked during a stop in Wisconsin if he would clean up his act and stop using profanities in front of his children, the Associated Press reported. I don't intend to use the F word going forward. Point taken and very strongly made, he said. We're going to keep it clean. A Vanity Fair profile published the day before O'Rourke entered the 2020 race included an anecdote in which O'Rourke says, "Mother effer," as he cuts through a busy intersection with his young kids in tow. He then apologizes to his children. So I have very mixed feelings about this. In one sense, I care about this. In one sense, I don't care about this. So you have to understand that when it comes to cussing and character in general, I don't care about the person's character. What I really care about is what policies are they running on, and are they actually going to follow through with what they say that they're going to follow through with? And I can look into that by basically looking at who donated to them. So for example, Bernie Sanders, he claims that he wants to run all these things like universal health care. He wants to pass living wage, free public colleges and universities. And I have an incentive to believe him because he's been touting and suggesting these policies for decades now. And he takes he takes a little tiny bit of corporate PAC money, very, very small. He takes very small donations though. So I have an incentive to believe him. But when you have Beto O'Rourke, who's flaunting that he wants donors basically at this point, and he has taken donors before, he's been on different sides of different issues in the past, I have an incentive to not believe in the policies that Beto O'Rourke is running on. And at this point, he's not even running on policies. But here's the main thesis of this. Here's my point. The only thing I really care about is what are the policies that you're running on, and are you actually going to follow through with passing those policies? And so if someone cusses, like when Rashida Tlaib called Trump a mother effer, like, I didn't care about that. To me, it didn't really matter. Now, what's my view on cussing? Do I cuss? No. If you guys notice, I'm using mother effer and the F word. I'm not actually saying the words because in my view, I like to keep it clean myself. It's just a personal thing. I'm not going to suggest that Rashida Tlaib is like some bad person or did something wrong in her speech when she referred to Trump as a mother effer. I don't see anything wrong with that. There's nothing morally wrong about that. In my view, I think you could be a little bit better with your vocabulary, but that is like literally at the bottom of the list of the things that matter to me when it comes to presidential campaigns. What drives me nuts about this story is what Beto O'Rourke said right here. He said, I don't intend to use the F word going forward. Point taken and very strongly made, he said. We're going to keep it clean. I don't like that quote. To me, that's Beto O'Rourke admitting that your language matters. Saying the F word matters. Saying mother effer, it matters. And that those who do use the F word are like low at the bottom of the barrel. They are bad candidates. And so in my view, Beto O'Rourke just put Rashida Tlaib in a very awkward position because she uses mother effer to refer to Donald Trump. And so what? Rashida Tlaib is not a good candidate? Are you suggesting that when you say point taken and very strongly made, that like you're against Rashida Tlaib in that sense? Because in my view, that doesn't make any sense. Beto O'Rourke had quite a lot of language when he was running for Senate in Texas in 2018. So I don't like how he's coming out and suggesting that it was wrong for him to do that. It's like if someone asked me, if I had been cussing, right? If someone asked me, are you gonna keep it clean? And let's say I actually wanted to keep it clean. My response wouldn't be, yeah, I should have done that, man. That was wrong. Anyone who does that, terrible candidates. Never vote for anyone who has a bad mouth. I would respond with, why are you asking me this question? There are like a million things you could be asking me right now that are far more important. Why do you care about my potty mouth, as you frame it to be, when, we have a president who threw 30 million people off of healthcare? And we need to be talking about real issues that Americans care about. Americans don't care about character. That would be my response. And that's not what Beto O'Rourke did, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. But, Beto O'Rourke, he is flopping so hard. It's only been like 2 days since he's been running, and he has yet to come out with a policy position, and he has yet to suggest that he will not take any PAC money or any corporate large donor donations. So he is flopping hard right on his face.